Chapter 11 The End of the War. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The Patriarch is dead, the Patriarch is dead. Panic swept the entire battlefield in an instant, and the Patriarch of the Blood Pool clan died in the hands of Uchiha Madara not long after. The rest of the tribes suddenly panicked, and most of them started running for their lives in all directions. Father, don't let them go, let's avenge Zhili. Quan Nai called his father Uchiha Taijima to chase and kill the enemy while fighting a member of the Blood Pond who refused to retreat. The benevolence of women. Uchiha Taijima thought for no reason in his heart. Obviously the two children are talented, but they still stick to this superficial brotherhood. The selfish Tian Dao has been a strong man who climbed out of the mountain of corpses and the sea of blood since he was a child, and he will never put such indifferent emotions on his body. But he said on his mouth, Uchiha listens to the order. Hunt down the Blood Pool clan, and avenge our clansmen. None of these damned despicable people can be let go. Yes. On the other side of the divided battlefield is the battle between the lunatic Kagaya clan and the Senchu clan. Bone Meridian, Willow Dance. Kagaya Itabashi pierced the thousand-handed Buddha with the bone all on his elbow. Fujian used kunai to fight Kagaya Banxiao in close quarters, and the sharp kunai hacked on the bones and even spattered sparks. It can be seen how hard the Huiyi clan's bones are. Fujian saw that it was impossible to get close, so he began to use ninjutsu at a distance. Tuduan Yensabang, relying on Tuduan's defensive ability to attack Huiyi Banxiao. It's a pity that Huiyi Banxiao is a lunatic. He doesn't care about his injuries at all, he just keeps using the ability of the bone veins to break through the hard earth cave, trying to kill the Buddha. Did you hear that? Kagaya Banxiao, Oya Kido of Blood Pond is dead. We don't need to continue fighting. Why don't we stop? Seeing that Oya Kido was dead, Fujian felt persuaded to leave. Kagaya Itabashi is the wisest. After all, Kagaya Itabashi is different from Miyakido. Miyakido is an illusion-type ninja, while Kagaya is a physique-type ninja. If you fight like this, you will only fall into a quagmire. Fujian has been fighting Taijima for too long before. Both chakra and physical strength are relatively sluggish, and a protracted battle will drag himself to death. Water escape, big explosion. Water surges waves. Xiuyu Buddha could only fly Kagaya Banxiao's kite, using ninjutsu to delay time and wait for support. Bone Meridian, Tsubaki Dance. Kagaya Itabashi pulled out his arm bone and turned it into a sword, and performed the Tsubaki Dance. Father, I'll help you. Seeing that Fujian couldn't get away for a while, Fei Jian stepped forward to help. Kagaya Banxiao's pressure increased sharply. Bone Vein, Tang Song's Dance. A large number of bones protruded from the body to protect most of Huiyi Itabashi's body. Now Huiyi Banxiao no longer cares whether he will be injured, relying on the strength brought by Tang Song's Dance. The defensive power is against the two of them in exchange for injuries. Damn it! The Huiyi clan are all lunatics. Kagaya Itabashi kicked Kagaya Itabashi in the chest for a while, and Kagaya Itabashi kicked him in the chest. He flew out, and a mouthful of blood was sprayed on Kagaya Itabashi's face. Ha ha ha, that's the smell of blood, that's the feeling, this is the fight I want. Come on, let's have a good fight. Huiyi Banxiao became more and more excited as he fought. Bone Vein, Taixian Wadi Dance, Struggle, Die. Fujian was in a hurry to check the injury of Feijian, and almost hit Huiyi Banxiao's way with a careless move. A powerful aura came from behind Kagaya Itabashi, and he quickly turned around to avoid it, but was suddenly caught in the palm of his hand by a giant blue chakra arm. That's right, Kagaya Itabashi's entire body was grasped by this huge palm. What ninjutsu is this? Kagaya's bastards, you will be buried with Zhili. The entire battlefield fell silent. I saw Uchiha Madara surrounded by huge blue chakra bones. Kagaya Itabashi was caught in the palm of the hand by Madara. Kagaya Itabashi tried to break free, but there was no other way, so he decided to use the technique of pressing the bottom of the box. Bone Vein, the dance of early ferns. All the chakra was consumed in an instant, turning into a forest of bones all over the ground. Kagaya Itabashi tries to get out of trouble by killing Madara with the last dance of Sawaramai. It's a pity that there are only tiny cracks on the hard bone forest stabbed on the Susanoo, but it can't help the Susanoo. Kagaya Banxiao, go to hell. A low whimper came that he clenched his fists. In an instant, Kagaya Banqiao turned into a cloud of blood rain, dripping down from Susanu's hands. The Uchiha clan and the Senju clan all trembled in their hearts watching this bloody scene, especially when everyone noticed the Sharingan in Madara. The Sangadama had been joined together to form a brand new Sharingan. Beautiful and deadly. Yiri. The Susanoo around Madara spread out, looking at his younger brother Yiri, sobbing and shedding tears of blood. In an instant, Xiuyu suddenly appeared in the middle of the battlefield, looking at the corpses all over the ground and the inexplicably silent environment around. Damn it, are you late? Yes, even though Xiuyu planned not to help each other, but seeing poor Zhili and Madara dripping with blood, he couldn't help but rush over from the dark. Madara, I know you are uncomfortable, and now I will tell you briefly. Yiri is not completely dead now, but the situation of massive blood loss is not much different from death. I don't know medical ninjutsu, but I know professionals. I will try my best to save Zhili, but he must be taken away immediately. Is that so? That means there's still a ray of hope. Take Zhili away. Madara, do you know what you're talking about? The corpses of our Uchiha clan must never be handed over to outsiders. How did this guy deceive you? Governance is dead, don't believe this guy. Uchiha Taijima didn't believe this weirdness at all. The stranger who appeared, even Uchiha Taijima suspected that he just used Madara's trust to take Zhili away, and then discovered Uchiha's secret through the corpse. Even if the ninja is dead, the corpse hides countless secrets, not to mention the blood successor family. No blood successor family will let their blood successors flow out, even if it is just a corpse. Chapter 12. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Fire escape, Huohua extinction. Uchiha Taijima directly used the fire escape to try to force Xiuyu back. Madara, make up your mind. If you delay for another minute, Zhili is really hopeless. Xiuyu looked at Madara, and made a seal of earth done, earth flow connected to the wall. The huge earth flow wall separated them from the Uchiha Shimada. I believe in you and do my best. Madara nodded heavily. After asking for Madara's opinion, Xiuyu silently said, System transmission that in an instant. He disappeared with Zhili. Seeing this weird scene, Madara felt a little more at ease. That it seems that there is still a glimmer of hope for Zhili to survive. The earth flow wall carved with the tiger's head lost the support of the caster chakra and gradually softened. Damn it, Madara, do you know what you're doing? You let foreigners take away Yiri's body. Are you trying to betray the Uchiha clan? Yari is not dead. Don't use words like corpses. Madara yelled at Uchiha Taijima with open bloody eyes. Taijima looked at his angry-eyed son, and said with a sneer, You are not worthy of Uchiha's pride. Do you think you can challenge your father with your current eyes? After speaking, there were 3 consecutive fire escapes, and Madara wanted to use Susanoo again, but unfortunately his whole body was in severe pain, and his eyes were too painful to open. So he had to use the same fire escape to resist. After casting 3 fire escapes, Madara's chakra was almost dry, unable to hold on, and fell to the ground. Seeing this, Uchiha Taijima was about to go up and break Madara's leg to make him remember, and he dared to yell at himself. Quan Nai immediately stepped forward to protect Madara. Father, please let the elder brother go, he is just too sad because of Yiri's death. Uchiha Taijima looked at Quan's protective look, thinking about letting Madara go this time, and deal with him later. Uchiha listens to the order, kill Kagaya and the Blood Clan. The killing started again. Xiuyu teleported Zhili, who was dying, to a hospital near his home, and hurriedly took him to the emergency room. Doctor, the patient is bleeding profusely. Zhili, covered in blood, was pushed into the emergency operating room, and Xiuyu also rushed in. Doctor, I have the same blood type as the injured person, both of which are rare panda blood types. I will transfuse him, otherwise he will have to wait to die. The doctor who was about to reprimand Xiuyu for running to the emergency operating room was too late after hearing what Xiuyu said. The blood sample was tested, and now the blood transfusion may cause death, but if the blood is not transfused, death is certain. Come on. Xiuyu watched his own blood enter Zhili's body, thinking that he is now a dead horse as a living doctor. After all, I'm not sure whether my blood type matches Yuri's, but obviously I don't even have time to think. Jili has already stepped into the gate of hell with 1 foot. Whether he can be saved or not depends on God's will. Xiuyu now possesses the complete power of all phenomena, and hopes that his own blood can save Li Yi's life. Spot looks so pathetic that I have been favored by Madara. And Madara is my friend, so it can only be said that ninjas are ill-fated and have many disasters. When his head began to feel dizzy, the emergency doctor finally finished the operation, the broken internal organs were urgently stitched up, and the excessive blood loss was finally rescued barely through the autologous blood recovery device and Xiyu's blood donation. Xiuyu took a deep breath. Fortunately, it was not too late, and he was finally rescued. When Jili was sent to the ICU, Xiyu's problems had just begun. The first thing is Jili's identity registration, and the second is that the blood samples of himself and Jili must be destroyed. Xiuyu directly dialed the previously saved phone number of Lei Gang's father, Lei Jiangang. As the director of the Yangqing Secret Service, Lei Jiangang could easily help him solve the identity problem of Uchiha Hari. Uncle Lei, I'm Xiuyu, can I trouble you with one thing? Then he roughly implied that Lei Jiangang had brought a patient who had lost a lot of blood to the hospital for treatment. Since the patient's status was inconvenient, please help Lei Jiangang to deal with it in the hospital, as long as it is not clearly exposed. Lei Jiangang had been thinking about how to befriend Xiuyu, so he hit it off right away, and told all parties in the hospital that he was a secret person. After his identity was inconvenient to be revealed, the hospital didn't care about the issue of registration. Xiuyu, on the other hand, carefully cleaned up the entire operating room and related utensils, and destroyed all blood samples that might be left behind. After all, the blood samples of myself and Jili are very sensitive, and I have not yet fully developed, so be careful. Seeing Uchiha Hari, who was breathing steadily in the ICU, Xiyu's highly tense spirit gradually relaxed. This reckless act of treating Li on the battlefield of the Warring States period was really a bad idea. Xiuyu knew that his strength was far from enough in the world of Naruto system. Take the aborigines of Naruto world to break through the barriers of the world. Warning, warning, this behavior will bring certain unknown dangers due to the host's own strength factors. The system panel that has not been moved for several days is online. As soon as you go online, you are warning yourself of the danger of leading others to travel through time and space to break through the barriers of the world. According to the system's warning, if you understand correctly, if your strength is strong enough, then the danger will be reduced accordingly. Chapter 13 Lei Jiangang's Invitation. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Looking at the quiet Jili in the ICU, he suddenly caught a glimpse of his own reflection on the glass. Xiuyu clearly saw that his eyes had opened. That's right. Xiyu's Dan Guyu had opened his eyes silently, probably because I had just experienced the excitement of the battlefield during the Warring States period. It was so natural that I opened my eyes. Xiuyu, we meet again. The person who came was Lei Gang's father, Lei Jiangang. Xiuyu closed Sharingan and recovered from his contemplation. Hello, Uncle Lei, we meet again. I'm sorry to trouble you this time. You don't need to be so polite. Actually, I came here this time to find you for something, and it can be regarded as an unfeeling invitation. Of course, you should listen to me first, and it's not compulsory to rest assured. Lei Jiangang was afraid that Xiuyu would misunderstand, so he quickly explained some. It's okay, uncle, tell me. What's the matter? Xiuyu could also see that Lei Jiangang should be asking for something from himself. Considering that the two meetings were pleasant, and the matter of Uchiha Hari, he still owed it. Favorable, given the opportunity to repay, Xiuyu would not be stingy. Actually, our Yangqing Secret Service is very short of people. According to the current chaotic situation, the school will not resume classes in a short time, so I would like to invite you to join the special mobile team under our Yangqing Special Service. Of course, this is a sincere invitation. Is definitely not an order. You can choose independently. Lei Jiangang explained the most basic situation, and then said. Of course, the task of the special team is quite special, and the risks are not small. You need to consider this yourself. It is best for you to ask your parents for permission. Besides, your classmate Lei Gang has already joined the team. Hearing this, Xiuyu couldn't help but raised his head and glanced at Lei Jiangang. He was very courageous, and even sent his only son to the special operations team. This kind of courage is rare for ordinary people. With this, it can be proved that Lei Gang's father is quite farsighted. Uncle, can I ask why you are willing to let Lei Gang join? Aren't you worried about your son? It's a lie to say that you don't worry. No parent will not worry about their children. It's just that the eagle always spreads its wings. What's more, the blue star is undergoing major changes. If I don't let go, Lei Gang will be able to survive in peace in the future. I have seen there are too many examples of loving mothers but losing children, and children always have to go out of their own way. And, for your joining, we have a special subsidy. The subsidy is not a lot, but there is a preferential policy. Those who join the special operations team can resettle their families in the resettlement area next to the Yangqing defense base. You know, the ones in Yangqing, theoretically speaking, the defense base can resist nuclear bombs. And the conditions of the resettlement community are also very good. As long as you accept your parents there, you can pursue your own path with confidence. In this chaotic situation, I believe that you will not hide your name. In addition, the special operations team is not a complete organizational unit. You can give up the mission when necessary. Of course, giving up the mission also means automatically quitting the special operations team. Lei Jiangang carefully explained several key points of the special mobile team to Xiuyu. Okay, then I'll join. Xiuyu simply agreed. It's true that Lei Jiangang didn't come up with any particularly exciting conditions, but he didn't intend to keep a low profile in obscurity, and his parents no longer have any worries. As the saying goes, the sky is high enough for birds to fly, and the sea is wide enough for fish to jump. Thank you. I am not thanking you as the director of the Yangqing Secret Service, but as a father. I hope you will help me take care of Lei Gang as much as you can. As a father, I still miss myself, the child. It's just that I also have my responsibilities, and it's hard to devote myself to my child. Lei Jiangang still expressed his gratitude. No need, Lei Gang is my classmate in the first place. I won't stand by and watch things within my power. Xiuyu shook his head. Then Uncle Lei, you should have something else to say, right? Xiuyu could clearly see that Lei Jiangang came here on purpose, not just to attract himself. After all, no matter how powerful I am still powerless in the face of the disaster that the entire Yangqing may face. Xiuyu, I just called you directly. Come with me, there are many things that need to be told to you. The world is undergoing tremendous changes. Lei Jiangang said seriously, follow me to the meeting room of the Secret Service. Xiuyu got into Lei Jiangang's car and arrived at the Secret Service in a short while. It was the first time for me to come to the Secret Service, and I saw construction everywhere in the Secret Service, like a construction site. When he came to the conference room, Lei Jiangang turned on the multimedia equipment. What I'm going to tell you next is the news that governments around the world are secretly blocking. Xiuyu, please keep it in your heart and don't tell anyone. I'm ready, let's talk. What's the matter with Uncle Lei? Xiuyu said that his curiosity had been aroused. World. Chapter 14, Changes brought about by spacetime wormholes. You are listening at novelfull.audio. The world has already begun to change. It's not a simple change, but a huge change. Lei Jiangang paused, and then continued, Xiuyu, you must have faced one before, that is, the mutated lizard that ravaged the campus that day. Everyone thinks that it is a mutated species brought by a spacetime wormhole. Isn't it? Xiuyu raised his eyebrows. He was sure that it was indeed a product of another world. No, I don't mean that it's not something from another world, but I want to tell you that the great change of Blue Star has already begun. It's not a simple thing like the appearance of creatures from another world. Look at this blue star taken by our satellite in outer space. What did you find? Lei Jiangang asked as if he wanted to test Xiuyu. The Earth's land is getting bigger, and its shape is gradually becoming irregular. Xiuyu replied in seconds, this is indeed the first feeling I saw when I saw the satellite image. Very sharp, Xiuyu, you are indeed very talented. The land is really getting bigger, but it's not that the ocean is getting smaller, but the blue star is expanding. Yes, it's literally expanding, blue star volume is increasing. However, there must be a material basis for becoming larger. It is impossible to grow out of thin air without any new matter. We guess that the matter of the blue star is increasing. So where is the origin of the increased matter? It is preliminarily inferred that there are a large number of undiscovered spacetimes. The wormhole is swallowing a large amount of matter into the world, and even directly caused the world to become even bigger, literally huge. Lei Jiangang showed Xiuyu the terrain map taken by the satellite through multimedia. Many places have formed special ecology, just like the mutant monitor lizard that appeared last time. According to our research, the recovered monitor lizard has extremely strong pharmacological effects. It is even said that eating lizards can promote the evolution of the human body to a certain extent. Evolution? To what extent? Xiuyu asked with interest. If it can promote the evolution of the human body, it would not be an exaggeration. It's not the kind of exaggerated evolution you think, it's just that it can strengthen the basic quality of the human body. It is especially helpful for human beings to break through their own limits. Of course, the limit I'm talking about is only the limit of ordinary humans, such as 9 meters 87 seconds, dash. Not someone like you who can use superpowers. Lei Jiangang felt that Xiuyu might have misunderstood, so he explained. But this is just an ordinary mutated lizard. What if there are other mutated animals? For example, more powerful mutated creatures, more powerful evolution. Xiuyu complained. Lei Jiangang finally understood. From Xiuyu's point of view, those lizards were the same thing. He said with a wry smile, actually, you think those mutated lizards are vulnerable. Many other countries have encountered such mutated lizards. Basically cause heavy casualties. In human cities, there are generally not many heavy firepower, and without heavy firepower, it is difficult to quickly wipe out the mutant lizards. Up to now Xiuyu has not had a correct understanding of his combat power. This is the fundamental reason why Lei Jiangang wanted to pull Xiuyu into the special mobile team. Xiuyu's powerful combat power is the real trump card of the team. Looking at Xiuyu, who is so powerful but doesn't know that he is strong, Lei Jiangang didn't know what to say. Sure enough, the strong have their own characteristics. Uncle Lei, I'm not the only one you're talking about. There is a high probability that there are other superpowers in Yangcheng. Xiuyu doesn't believe that the time-space wormhole has a long history, and it is impossible that there are no other superpowers. You are right. In fact, regardless of whether it is our country or other countries, there are basically a large number of superpowers. Basically, they are formed by traveling through time-space wormholes or receiving special radiation from time-space wormholes for a long time. A large-scale superpower user. But most people's superpowers are too weak compared to yours. Lei Jiangang sighed. Actually, the vast majority of superpower users are very low in awakening, and the superpowers they can display are very limited, and the superpowers suitable for combat are even rarer. In fact, my son, your classmate Lei Gang, has recently awakened a supernatural ability, called the Vajra body. As the name implies, it is a supernatural ability that greatly improves physical strength and fitness. It is almost possible to resist a mutant lizard with the armor worn in a short period of time, but it lacks the lethality of a one-hit victory, so we can only mediate with it. Without heavy firepower, the lizard cannot be killed. Even if the confrontation lasts for a long time, the risk of being counter-killed. This is a combat effectiveness test after we captured a live mutant lizard. Lei Jiangang couldn't help laughing when he talked about his son. Actually, I think he is very good, really good, and I am proud of him. But compared with you pervert, he is still far behind gone. What I can tell you is, Xiuyu, superpowers like Lei Gang are already close to the advanced combat power of superpowers. Is there anyone stronger than him? Yes, but the number is not much. So you need the right look at your own fighting power. Xiuyu now understood that he was regarded as a top-level superpower user. Although he was not a superpower person at all, it did not prevent others from classifying himself as a superpower person. Chapter 15 Building Prestige. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Xiuyu would not explain to Lei Jiangang that this is not a superpower, but ninjutsu.it is best to keep your own abilities and secret. That what's more, if I explain that it is ninjutsu, will anyone really believe it, unless one day that unlucky guy also travels to the world of Hokage through the time-space wormhole and returns safely, he will believe it. You should have a general understanding of the current world situation. Please be sure to keep it secret, and it is not too early to make it public. The whole country, including our Yangqing, is already making preparations. The news will be released in an orderly manner later. Yangqing's you will be the team leader of the special mobile team. You are a group of young people, they will definitely get along very well. Lei Jiangang waved his hand, indicating that the team will be handed over to Xiuyu. What if there are thorns? Xiuyu wanted to confirm his authority. Stab head. Who doesn't want to make you happy, so you can make him happy? No disability, no death, just toss around. The special mobile team is a semi-military team under the Yangqing Secret Service. You are the captain and the team leader. Do whatever you want. Lei Jiangang simply answered Xiuyu's question, and told Xiuyu to act boldly. Then I understand, my team has assembled. Yes, you can go and see your team now. There is a mission to perform tomorrow. Xiuyu rushed to the meeting point resolutely, and sure enough, 12 people were already waiting there. Of the 12 people, only 3 or 4 were sitting in a serious manner, and the others were laughing and joking. It seemed that they needed some teaching by Xiuyu. I'm Xiuyu, your future captain, gather now and count. But when the 12-member team heard the order, they immediately completed the platoon assembly and counting. Obviously, they have military literacy. Among them, Lei Gang was very excited because he saw the expression of Xiuyu who had not seen him for a few days. A 12-member team, including Xiuyu, makes 12 members. Basically, they are all older than Xiuyu. Seeing that his captain was a young man, he was still a little unconvinced. Why did he end up with a young captain after so many years of ups and downs? Report, Captain, I don't accept it. I think I'm strong. A short-haired thorn shouted. Xiuyu looked at this thorn with a smile. He was not bad, even if he was not convinced, he still knew the report. May I have your name? Cun2 grinned. Report, my name is Li Yunrui, I have a body-strengthening ability, and I want to challenge you. Xiuyu smiled and said, you are honest, and you reminded me of your ability. I accept your challenge. Come on. Do it. Li Yunrui's eyes lit up, and his chance had come. As long as he defeats this brat, will he still have the face to be the captain? At that time, I will have a chance. Then I'm here. After saying that, he rushed forward with a straight punch, and Xiuyu dodged it by tilting his head. Li Yunrui failed with one blow, and then there was a storm of uppercuts, straight punches, and side kicks. Xiuyu didn't fight back, but followed his rhythm and easily dodged all of Li Yunrui's attacks. Li Yunrui knew that Xiuyu did have 2 brushes, so he said fiercely, Captain, will you hide? Fight back. Xiuyu smiled when he heard this, and quickly threw out a side kick, and Li Yunrui flew more than 10 meters away. Ah! Li Yunrui screamed. Is there something wrong? Xiuyu estimated the strength of Li Yunrui's body that if it were an ordinary person, he would have been kicked to death long ago. With such a great force, the sternum would definitely break and pierce the lungs. There is a high probability that Li Yunrui's sternum is not broken, and most of them are fractured, which is not a big problem. It's okay, Captain, it's just painful. I'll take it easy. Li Yunrui was in pain, and he felt too humiliated after failing the challenge, so he planned to lie down for a while, so as not to be ashamed to go back now. Who else wants to challenge? I'll give you a chance. After this village, there is no such shop. Xiuyu continued to bewitch them, hoping that a few more challenges would give him a chance to make an example of others. I'm here to challenge. My name is Jiangang. I'm an eagle-eyed ability user who is good at marksmanship and archery. This ability user with mutated eyes called Jiangang is good at long-distance attack. Okay, how do you want to compare? You can use marksmanship and arrows. But I don't use guns or arrows. Do you want to compete at the target or fight? Xiuyu made Jiangang confused. Captain, how can you compete if you don't know marksmanship or archery? Jiangang wanted to challenge Xiuyu, but Xiyu's words made the Jiangang confused that he really didn't expect that Xiuyu didn't know how to use firearms, except for Lei Gang's poor marksmanship. Everyone else in this team is not weak, and Jiangang is a master with guns. Xiuyu directly said that he doesn't know how to use a gun. How can he compare with him? Xiuyu took out the shuriken and kunai and said, "It's okay, I can use the shuriken and kunai. You do it directly. The others should disperse, so as not to be hit by stray bullets." Hey, the captain is not joking, he will kill people. My marksmanship is really terrible. The charter is to challenge the captain, not to kill his own captain. Don't worry, you can't hurt me, just shoot. Xiuyu waved his hand calmly. Jiangang had no choice but to bite the bullet and aim at the periphery of Xiyu's left arm, fearing that he would shoot and kill the newly appointed captain. There was a bang gunshot. Chapter 16 Facing the Wilderness. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There was a bang gunshot, and the bullet shot towards Xiuyu at high speed. Xiuyu held kunai to block and waved his hand, and the bullet bounced off, splashing out countless sparks. Jiangang was originally worried about hurting the captain, but now seeing Xiuyu slashing bullets with a knife, kunai, he finally realized that he and Captain Xiuyu were not at the same level at all. Then he fired a few shots, but Xiuyu easily split the bullets. For this sake, there is nothing more to say about the regulations. After all, he is a master of chopping bullets, so there is no need to show off his archery skills. Captain, I admit defeat, there is no need to continue the competition. I am convinced. Jiangang directly raised his hand to signal that he had lost the competition, and simply expressed his support for Xiyu's leadership. Only Li Yunrui was still lying on the ground in a miserable state, and he fell into an embarrassing situation even if he didn't get up for a while. Okay, since everyone has no other opinions, my orders are everything from now on. Please remember to obey my orders in all actions. You have been given a chance to challenge today. If anyone dares to obey others in the future, don't blame me for being rude. Xiuyu also said the ugly words first. To save someone from messing with himself when the mission is actually performed. Resolutely obey the order. At this time, the whole team shouted in unison. My name is Xiuyu. From now on, you can call me Team Su or Captain. I know a little about physical skills and shooting. When the off-court charter and Li Yunrui heard the introduction, they always felt that the captain was actually in everyone's hands. Put X in front of you. Tomorrow there is a mission. There are more than a dozen mutated deer in a forest farm in the eastern suburbs of Yangqing. Our mission is to capture or kill the deer, or at least drive the deer away. The mission is simple and clear. Everyone go back and prepare your own equipment. Gather at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Let's go now. Xiuyu left Lei Gang behind. Lei Gang, you stay here. After the team dispersed, Xiuyu decided to teach Lei Gang a little bit about his cultivation. Although Lei Gang is an awakened superpower, Xiyu's current strength is more than enough to guide Lei Gang. Thank you, Captain. Lei Gang was very happy. Xiuyu was willing to give him advice. It would be great. A martial idiot, what he likes most is to challenge himself. Then I'm going to be the captain. Lei Gang immediately started attacking as soon as he was notified. Knowing part of Xiyu's true strength, he wasn't worried about hurting Xiuyu at all. Basically, as expected, Lei Gang's combo didn't even touch Xiyu's clothes. However, he has a strong sense of strength, and his potential far exceeds that of Li Yunrui, who is also physically strengthened. It is lack of combat experience and immature skills. Xiuyu commented, actually, Lei Gang, your physical fitness and potential are still good, but you lack experience, like this. You can come to me at night these days, and I will give you extra training to exercise your combat experience. You still have some strength, you can also learn skills. Alright Team Su. Actually, you can call me Xiuyu in private, after all, we are classmates in the same class, so calling me Team Su in private is indeed a bit uncomfortable. Lei Gang also called out Xiuyu. The next day, the special operations team assembled. Everyone except Xiuyu brought enough guns and ammunition. After all, even if they have mastered superpowers, the current team members still use fire coverage as the main means of attack. Lei Gang also brought a special reinforced explosion-proof shield. Lei Gang's original position in the team was as a front-row tank, with a tall and strong body to resist damage in the front row, so that the players in the back row could output as much as they could. Let's go. Xiuyu said concisely, and set off directly to the forest in the eastern suburbs. All make final preparations, disperse and enter the forest, and call for help in time if your life is in danger. Xiuyu led the team forward after finishing speaking. Half an hour later, Xiuyu first spotted the target. The huge antlers are almost as big as a normal family car. These deer are at least 3 meters high. Attention everyone, the target has appeared. Xiuyu instantly came to the top of the mutated deer, and knocked down the mutated giant deer with a whip kick. Immediately after, the rest of the herd appeared around them, as if they mistakenly thought that their leader had been killed by Xiuyu, and frantically attacked the team. Charter is the best marksman in the team and shoots first. Although Jianggang's marksmanship is good, it's a pity that the deer are also very agile, which is not comparable to ordinary sika deer. Moreover, the bullets hit the herd of deer, and the herd of deer could continue to attack. Obviously, the power of the bullet was not enough to subdue the mutated herd of deer in an instant. Hurry up. I can't hold it any longer. Lei Gang was in the front row and was attacked by several mutated deer with full strength. Lei Gang felt his heart vibrate. It's a pity that the team barely killed the 2 weaker ones after pouring out all the ammunition. The rest still took the opportunity to attack them with injuries all over their bodies. Xiuyu shook his head. The current team's combat effectiveness is really poor, and they still need to train well. He directly used the blinking body and stunned all the mutant deer herds. The members of the team were also embarrassed when they saw the captain easily dealt with the herd of deer. All of them gasped for breath. Only now did they know what it meant to sit in a well and watch the sky. Thinking about the previous challenges, it turned out that the Su team had been holding back and not playing very well. Okay, everyone, take the dead 2 back to our team's base. After the other mutant deer that I knocked out are tied up, you can notify the Secret Service to take them away. Yes, Captain. X12. Chapter 17. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Thank you Team Su for your help. The person in charge from the Secret Service was very polite to Xiuyu. That's right, the person in charge is an insider who knows Xiuyu's strength, so why would he be rude? What's more, the director has already taken care of him. He has strength and background. The person who came here is very clear that Xiuyu is not something he can offend. With the help of small lifting equipment, all the mutated deer herds were loaded onto several heavy trucks. Team Su, the barbecue master you asked for has already been contacted, and he will come to barbecue tonight. Okay, let's eat the 2 dead deer together. Let's enjoy the feast together at night. Xiuyu saw that he was so busy, so he also invited him to eat roasted venison at night. Okay, see you tonight. In the evening, in the compound of the Secret Service, several chefs set up a huge barbecue grill. The 2 mutated deer with their antlers removed have been skinned and cleaned. Because the deerskin was too tough, a few people peeled the skin all afternoon, and it was not until the evening that they were almost finished. The giant mutated deer set up on the grill was so spectacular that almost everyone from the Secret Service was there. After all, there are still 2 of such a big deer, enough for everyone to have a good meal together. Everyone laughed and watched as several chefs smeared various spices, salt and various seasonings on the deer. Then, 2 huge fires were lit and the giant deer was roasted. As the director, Lei Jiangang said a few words, mainly to thank the special mobile team for their contribution. Of course, everyone knew in their hearts that the main contribution was Xiuyu. Today's barbecue event also arranged for Xiuyu's parents to come together. Looking at the confidence on Xiuyu's face, the two finally realized that their child had grown up. Everyone had a great time eating together. Jilu can't be said to be a supreme delicacy, but the taste is also unique. As Xiuyu declined the invitation of Lei's father and son to have another reunion tonight, and took his parents back to the newly moved home. The next day, Xiuyu came to Uchiha Yuri's intensive care unit again. Yuri hadn't woken up yet, but his vital signs were much more stable. It can be said that he was out of danger. Xiuyu found a place where no one was watching, and returned to the world of Naruto again. 3 days have passed since the last time Jili was rescued. The original battle between Uchiha and Senju only left bloodstains. The corpses of the tribe must have been taken away by both sides, and the corpses of the enemy may have been fed to the wild beasts. Mara. Xiuyu quietly found Uchiha Madara, who was locked up. Seeing Xiuyu running up excitedly, Madara said, "Tell me quickly, what's going on in Jili?" "Don't worry, Jili didn't die, it's just that he was still in a coma because of the serious injury, so his life was saved." Xiuyu hurriedly told Madara. Madara was finally relieved to hear that Yuri was still alive. "I can rest assured that." "Why are you in confinement?" Xiuyu was rushing for treatment that day, but he didn't know about Uchiha Shimada's anger later. "It's okay, but I was temporarily locked up by my father to punish me for the collision. If it wasn't for the decisive decision at that time, Yuri would definitely not be able to save him, and I don't regret it." Uchiha Madara relaxed on the haystack in the firewood confinement room. "Besides, I have already opened the kaleidoscope Sharingan, and it will be a matter of time before I defeat my father," Madara said confidently. "You can't control the kaleidoscope very well right now, if I'm not wrong. You have only temporarily activated the kaleidoscope. When it comes to actual combat, your body may not be able to bear it." Xiuyu struck. "Xiuyu, you can't understand how powerful Uchiha is." Madara. Uchiha didn't take what Xiuyu said to heart. Ordinary people can't understand the power of blood succession boundary. "Madara, look into my eyes." Xiuyu opened Sharingan, and Madara looked at Xiuyu's Sharingan and was speechless for a while. "Xiuyu, you never told me that you are a member of our Uchiha clan. Why did you tell me now? Is it because you are afraid that the clan will not accept you?" Madara finally recovered. "Strictly speaking, I do have Uchiha's blood." Xiuyu can't say that his blood was fused with the help of the system, and all the secrets about the system will only remain in his heart forever. No wonder Xiuyu's practice speed is soaring, no wonder Xiuyu is so nervous. It turns out that Xiuyu belongs to the Uchiha clan. Ban made up a reasonable identity for Xiuyu in his heart, and became more affectionate to Xiuyu. According to Xiuyu's age, he should be counted as his younger brother, so he has another younger brother. "From now on, shall I call you Uchiha Xiuyu or Xiuyu?" Madara asked. Xiuyu patted his forehead speechlessly, and didn't argue with Madara. After all, it's not convenient for him to explain the origin of his Uchiha blood to Madara. "Whatever you want, it's best to call me Xiuyu." "Then I'll call you Xiuyu." Madara decided on Xiuyu's address very casually. "It's closer this way, my younger brother." "Ha ha ha. Damn it, don't call me brother. You are the brother." Chapter 18 Madara's younger sibling attribute. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Admit it, you are my Madara's younger brother. After all, you are not as old as me. It is useless to refute. Madara has now removed all disguises, revealing her rare honesty. "Hey, Xiuyu, let's go and exterminate the Blood Pool clan together when my father's anger subsides." Madara looked into Xiuyu's eyes and said, I can't forgive that useless self. Jili almost died there in front of me. I always remember Jili's despair at that time. I want the Blood Pool family to pay the price they deserve. Even if this hatred continues?" Xiuyu asked Ban. "Then I will kill all the members of the Blood Pool clan. Completely cut off this hatred." Madara opened his blood-red Sharingan wide, and answered word by word. Got it. I brought you a lot of desserts today, let's eat some together. Xiuyu took out the desserts he had prepared earlier. Madara happily ate dessert. Xiuyu, I'm really happy today. Not only did I get the good news that Gigi is still alive, but I also met a new clan brother. By the way, Xiuyu, there is one thing I forgot to tell you. That Jili is not a boy, but Jili is actually a girl. What? Not a boy? Then why do you call her brother? Xiuyu was puzzled. When I was young, my mother teased me that she had given birth to a younger brother, and I took it seriously. Although I found out the truth later, I have been calling my brother for a long time, and I can't change it after getting used to it. Then your mother? Mother has passed away. Then your father? Don't mention him. Madara turned his head away. Actually, Xiuyu, I have more than 2 brothers and sisters, Kwana and Jili. But now there are only 2 of them. If it weren't for you, I would lose Jili now. We ninjas are burdened with hatred. As hired weapons of war, we compete with other ninjas, kill, and hate each other. Our ninja hands are covered with blood. Sometimes we can't even protect our own family members and brothers and sisters. In my dream, I still vaguely remember the appearance of my 2 dead younger brothers, but my memory has gradually become blurred during the successive years of battles. Xiuyu, when do you think the chains of hatred in this world will be completely cut off? Madara seemed to be emotional. War will never end. As long as there are human beings, war will be inevitable. Xiuyu was used to war in his previous life. Although the world in the previous life was generally peaceful, the local wars have not subsided. Although wars can never be eradicated due to human greed, it is possible to control the scale of wars and maintain a generally stable and peaceful world. Even if disputes in some areas are inevitable, they will not affect the main line of world peace. This can be done. Ban's eyes lit up when he heard Xiuyu's words. What do you mean? Unify the world, or establish a unified country. Only when it is unified will it be difficult to have disputes. Even if there are disputes, they can be negotiated and resolved under a peaceful framework. All in all, the foundation is to establish a small unified organization. Xiuyu replied. Do you also agree with Hashirama's idea? No, although what Hashirama said has some truth, it is still different from what I want to express. Hashirama is too idealistic. He always thinks that the era of real peace can be ushered in by people's mutual understanding. I don't know that such a simple idea is too idealistic. Although human beings have noble qualities such as sacrifice and heroism, they also lack bad roots. It is a real joke to pin peace on illusory mutual understanding. Xiuyu likes Zhu Jian's character very much, who would hate a simple-minded guy who is willing to consider others. Hashirama really believes that people can always understand each other, but unfortunately he knows that it is just a beautiful and dreamy soap bubble that can burst when poked. So, Madara, why don't you and Hashirama first try to build a village where everyone lives together, then try to build a unified country on this basis, and finally try to unify the world? People's hearts are unpredictable, but a unified country has one. A unified system can contain people's hearts. Xiuyu gave Madara an idea that in the future, listening to Heiju's nonsense would be better than listening to your own foolishness. Anyway, what I said are all practical facts in the previous world. Madara felt suddenly enlightened. Hashirama had been instilling in herself the era of mutual understanding between people, but she had always doubted in her heart that people could really understand each other. Now Xiuyu told himself that even if people's hearts can't understand each other, they can still create peace through the system. After all, Hashirama is an idealist, and the peace of this world depends on me and Xiuyu to achieve it. Hashirama, you still lost to Uchiha after all. Blade, what are you thinking? These are too far away from you now, don't think too much. If you want to build a unified village, you should first think about how to get your father to let you go. You are still being held by your father. It's in confinement. Xiuyu couldn't help but shouted. Damn! I know. Xiuyu, take me out. No, I can't even beat you now. If I get caught by your father, I will be killed by him. You really dare to think about it? Xiuyu expressed his determination not to listen to Madara's advice. Uchiha Taijima is in a fit of anger, and it's not a good idea to provoke Taijima now. Xiuyu, do you think we still have a chance to see that peaceful world? You can see part of it when you are alive, and maybe you can see most of your dreams come true after you die. Me. I should be able to live forever. Xiuyu knew that in the future, Tabima would develop the technique of reincarnation from the dirty soil, so that Madara could be resurrected even if he died. Or maybe Madara will plan her own resurrection anyway, and Xiuyu looked at his system panel, knowing that with the system, longevity is not a luxury. Chapter 19 Another Battle with Madara. You are listening at novelfull.audio. There is no doubt that really sneaking out will only intensify the conflict between Madara and Uchiha Taijima. Madara is not a fool, so he had to stay in the confinement room honestly for several days, and was released only after Uchiha Taijima's anger subsided. Of course, Kwana also put in a lot of effort. Quan Nai was also worried about her Nissan. In the past few days, Xiuyu came to brainwash Madara when he was free, and used his great unification theory to brainwash Uchiha Madara in an all-round way that if Madara meets Hokage again when he is in the trough of his life in the future, he can also be on his guard. Xiuyu. Let's go to the old place. Madara is still a middle school sophomore who hasn't grown up yet. As soon as he talked about the old place, Xiuyu knew that he was talking about the river beach. That's where I met Hashirama and Madara. Xiuyu, it's been a long time since I've fought against you. Why don't we have a match today and let me teach you how to use Uchiha's Sharingan? Xiuyu sparred. Come on, I'm ready. System, in the tit-for-tat confrontation with the young Uchiha Madara, you are at a disadvantage, and you need more help as you have just embarked on the road to becoming a strong man. Reward, use Earth Escape Ninjutsu as much as possible in the battle, feel the rhythm of the earth in the battle, and gradually master the earth, one of the 4 divine powers of Avatar. Reward, Northern Toph's earth controlling talent. Punishment, no penalty for failure. The damn system panel spoke again after being silent for several months. This time, it was to allow myself to master the rhythm of the earth. Reward Hiss, Northern Tofu's talent for controlling soil. This one is really enviable. In his previous life, Xiuyu had watched the anime Avatar, in which Bei Tuafu, who just appeared in the beginning, was a blind girl. Northern Tuafu came from a wealthy family, and she always looked weak at the beginning. Her father had always misunderstood Toph as a weak, helpless and pitiful child. In fact, Northern Toph is a genius of Mido, a real genius. A group of sect players who were able to beat the earth at a young age were disheartened. An enemy who is jokingly called invisible, weak, helpless and pitiful, because he is blind. If one can master this level of earth control technique, combined with earth escape, there is no doubt that it is another ultimate move at the level of wood escape. Even in the later stage, U2's skill can be improved to control metal and sand, and even feel whether the other party is lying from the rhythm of the earth. No matter what you say, you have to work hard this time. Earth Escape Rock Iron Cannon Technique. Xiuyu opened the scene using the Earth Escape Rock Iron Cannon technique, spitting out dozens of small stones, and the small stones are good at wind during the flight, turning into big boulders and flying towards Ban. Madara, this is my own earth dungeon, be careful. Every little pebble has great power. Xiuyu reminded. Humph, Xiuyu, who are you talking to? Madara was wearing a red battle armor, and drew out the knife on his side. The rock iron cannon, like a cannonball, was like slow motion under the dynamic vision of Sharingan. Ban slashed open a rock iron cannon with a single knife, and in an instant there was only rubble left on the ground. Sure enough, the strong men in the Warring States period didn't have a single weakness, whether it was physical ninjutsu or swordsmanship. After all, those with obvious weaknesses would have already died in some corner. Xiuyu was not discouraged. He knew that this move would not be able to deal with Madara. What a threat! Earth escape, crack the earth and turn the palm. Xiuyu focused his chakra on the palm and slammed the ground, the ground opened a large gap and spewed a huge amount of rock towards Madara. Earth Dungeon, Earth Dragon Spear. A large number of sharp rocks appeared behind Madara. Earth Dungeon, Earth Dragon Bullet. In just a few seconds, Xiuyu used 3 kinds of Earth Dungeon ninjutsu in an instant, losing half of it in an instant chakra. Xiuyu has made progress, but do you think I can't do Earth Escape? Madara didn't care. Earth Escape, Earth Flow Wall, Earth Escape, Earth Flow Wall, Earth Escape, Earth Flow Wall. 3 consecutive soil flow walls erected from Madara's back, front and left side, blocking attacks from all directions. Earth Escape, Yellow Spring Swamp. Madara saw the ground turned into a swamp, leaped, and flashed behind Xiuyu on the earth flow wall. With a flash of the knife, Xiuyu's head fell off, the head and body that landed gradually turned into mud. Xiuyu's substitute is good. Madara praised .Su. Soon after 3 consecutive Earth Escape ninjutsu, the soil double was prepared. It's no wonder that it belongs to my Uchiha family. Xiuyu appeared at Madara's position. Fortunately, I got the imprint of a soil double early, otherwise I would have been decapitated in the fight just now. Fire Escape, Lonyan Singing Technique. Madara turned around and there was a Dragonian Singing Technique, followed by Uchiha Shuriken's technique, and dozens of shurikens followed Lonyan. Facing this large-scale attack, Xiuyu had no choice but to use ninjutsu to defend. Earth Dungeon, Return of Earth Land, Earth Dungeon, Earth Flow City Wall. 2 defensive Earth Escape ninjutsu masters finally blocked all attacks. Ha 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 ha, Xiuyu, you are too weak, and your combat experience is too little, so what are you going to do? Resist, because the strength is not as strong as Ban. It is almost impossible to hold on. Madara is holding a knife with one hand, with a single handprint. Fire Escape, Dragon Fire Art. A straight line of fire dragon is close at hand. Damn it, Earth Dungeon, Hardening Technique. Xiuyu barely used the Earth Dunning Hardening Technique when the dragon fire knocked him into the air. The dragon fire that exploded in the air brought violent shocks to his body, and Xiuyu vomited blood out. Xiuyu isn't finished yet. A body appeared behind Xiuyu in an instant. Before Xiuyu could see Madara behind him, he felt a detonating talisman stuck on his back. With a bang, the detonating talisman exploded, and the smoke and dust billowed. After the smoke cleared, Xiuyu spat out another big mouthful of blood with a wow. Admit defeat. Madara, are you trying to kill me? You're clearly trying to put me to death. Xiuyu complained with resentment on his face. Madara really hit hard this time. I've already kept my hand. With your actual combat experience, you can't survive 3 days on the battlefield. You have a lot of ninjutsu and chakra, but you can't grasp the timing of your attack. You didn't take advantage of Sharingan good. Your melee physical skills are useless. In a word, I didn't hit you with Xiuyu, you are really too weak. Madara looked at Xiuyu, who was covered in scars, and said seriously. If I strike harder now, your chances of saving your life on the battlefield will be higher. Kong has a body of chakra and so many advanced ninjutsu, but he doesn't know how to seize the opportunity. Xiuyu, if you want to surpass me, it will take 100 years. Xiuyu was lying on the ground panting heavily. If it wasn't for the hardening technique of Earth Dungeon, he would have died of cold. Even so, there were serious burns on his body. After all, under the hardening technique, he still ate a dragon fire technique and a detonating talisman. This is already considered to be left behind. Xiuyu also understood this point system, barely completed the task of feeling the rhythm of the earth. Reward, Northern Toph's talent for controlling the earth. In an instant, Xiuyu's mind flashed countless tricks and methods to control the earth, and he felt the pulsation of the earth under his back. This the rhythm of the earth. It's not easy. Xiuyu closed his eyes. Even so, he could feel Madara Uchiha around him and the river flowing beside him through the ground. This the earth controlling power of the 4 divine powers. I have made such an exaggerated progress when I first came into contact with it, and I am sure that I can gain more if I continue to develop and research further. Because he was too tired, Xiuyu just lay down and fell asleep. Madara was also taken aback looking at Xiuyu, who was lying on the ground and fell asleep, and scolded this guy with Uchiha's blood, but he was sometimes out of tune like Haninjima. gently picked up Xiuyu on his back, and slowly walked back towards Uchiha's clan. Chapter 20. Are you engaged now? You are listening at novelfull.audio. The backs of the two people in the sunset are very, very long. It hurts, hey, damn it. Xiuyu woke up from the pain, but it hurt even more after waking up. His body was covered with white gauze, almost winding himself into a mummy. Xiuyu, I swear in my heart that I must find a chance to get revenge and come back. Damn it, now there is no pain in other places except the brain and face. The wooden door opened with a creak, and it wasn't Uchiha Madara who came in. Looking at a youthful appearance, he looked almost exactly like the later Uchiha Sasuke. It seemed that he was Uchiha Madara's younger brother Uchiha Kwana. Xiuyu thought in his heart that Jiangang probably heard what he said about Madara just now, and it would be a bit embarrassing for him to speak ill of his elder brother behind his back and be caught by his younger brother on the spot. It's the first time we met, I'm Uchiha Izumi, and Madara is my older brother. Because the patriarch is holding a meeting, my elder brother went to the meeting as the eldest son, and asked me to take care of you by keeping me here. Izumi seemed to be hearing Xiuyu's complaint just now. He wanted to explain it to his brother. This made Xiuyu even more speechless. Fortunately, Xiuyu's skin is getting thicker and thicker now. Think about it, as long as he is not embarrassed, Quan Nai will be the one who is embarrassed. It's okay, thank you for your care. Your father won't target Madara anymore. The situation was critical that day, there is no way. Where is the word? I have heard from my brother that if it weren't for your help, Jili would be a cold corpse now. We need to thank you. Quan Nai thanked very politely, and couldn't see it at all. Out of the inherent arrogance of the Uchiha clan. I have applied the best Uchiha medicinal materials to your body, and you should be able to recover in a few days. But it may be more painful, because although the honey-made secret medicine of the Uchiha family is very effective, can cause severe pain. So you better rest for 2 days. Xiuyu now finally understands why the pain is so severe. As expected, Madara did it on purpose. Although the medicine is good, the side effects are tormenting and troublesome. Xiuyu simply didn't plan to leave the hospital bed. Since his body injury has not recovered, he should lie in bed for another 2 days. During the 2 days that he was lying down, Xiuyu kept feeling the skills of Yutu and the magic of Yutu's power. As his second power of practice, Xiuyu hoped that he could combine Tuafu's royal earth with his own earth dungeon, and in this way strive to obtain a more terrifying earth dungeon technique. In the future, I will at least start chasing Madara and Hashirama from Muji Ninjutsu, while taking care of Xiuyu. These 2 days, Quan Nai always chatted with Xiuyu about such and such topics, as if she wanted to get close to Xiuyu. It's a pity that Xiuyu couldn't get close to him. Xiuyu didn't know the details of the various families during the Warring States period, and it would be embarrassing if he said too much and left his mouth out. Xiuyu, you finally woke up. I'm so happy to see you. Madara came in and greeted Xiuyu with a smile. Xiuyu replied, but I saw you were very unhappy, and choked back what Madara wanted to say next. Actually, I think your injuries are almost healed. Do you want to consider what we said before? It is to take revenge on the Blood Pool clan. Uchiha must avenge the dead clansmen. Seeing Madara's urgent look, Xiuyu knew that Madara had made up his mind, and he also needed more battlefield experience. Your body is definitely not suitable for the battlefield. Here are some Uchiha standard equipment. Madara took out the same type of armor as the red armor he was wearing, a high-quality chakra metal-doped forged handle, the katana, sword, made of it, and the corresponding detonating symbol, kunai, shuriken, etc. After Xiuyu took the skirt armor and saber, he asked, is there anything else? No, I still have a meeting in the clan. Madara said briefly and left. Seeing that there was nothing left and right, Xiuyu sneaked out from the Uchiha tribe, and continued to use the teleportation technique to hurry. Now that he has basic security in the Warring States period, so let's take a look around. His strength was too weak before. Dare to run around. When Xiuyu was thirsty and was about to go to a lake to drink water, he found that this remote lake also happened to meet a rare beauty. With striking red hair and a face like white porcelain, she looks 3 or 4 years younger than herself. Who is it? The girl turned around vigilantly and pointed at Xiuyu with kunai. I'm sorry, I just passed by here unintentionally. I just wanted to drink water by the lake. I happened to see you here. I didn't intend to disturb you. Another question, are you from the Whirlpool clan? That the woman who was originally on guard lowered her guard a little after Xiuyu finished speaking. I am indeed from the Uzumaki clan. Did you judge from the hair? In fact, the reason why the woman let down her guard is very simple. She has a hazy feeling since she was a child. The hazy perception ability can roughly perceive a person's goodwill and malice. Even the moment he saw Xiuyu, he was instinctively frightened and became extremely alert. The Warring States period was turbulent, and it was always right to be careful. And the strange man didn't lie in the first sentence. That's right, the perception of this woman from the Uzumaki clan can also judge whether a person's words are true or false. Since there was no problem with the introduction and he did not lie, then the young man must have strayed into this place by accident, not following him. Xiuyu looked familiar at this beautiful girl, but after thinking about it carefully, he had never had any contact with the Whirlpool clan so far, so he didn't know what this inexplicable sense of familiarity was about. It's not that I feel familiar because I see people's beautiful parents. Girl, come on, this is a dessert made by my family. Xiuyu boldly threw a small box of desserts over. The beautiful red-haired girl took the dessert and asked with a smile, you won't poison it, will you? Xiuyu was stunned for a moment, but he didn't expect the girl to ask so straightforwardly. He hurriedly shook his hands. No, why does the girl think so? The red-haired girl smiled sweetly and replied, Mom told me not to eat indiscriminately outside, especially not to accept things from strange men. After speaking, she stared at Xiuyu with a smile, wanting to see how Xiuyu would respond. Mom also told me that the more beautiful a girl is, the more she will deceive people. Xiuyu winked at the red-haired girl. The red-haired girl covered her mouth and couldn't help laughing. She hasn't met such an interesting little brother for a long time. I and the Uzumaki clan, there are either serious people who fight and kill every day, or the old guys who study the sealing technique all day long. Those skinny children dare not disobey themselves. As the princess of the Uzumaki clan, girls think they are boring. Thoroughly, this stranger is different. My name is Xiuyu. Let's say I'm a ninja. A traveler. My name is Uzumaki Mito. You may have heard my name, or you may not know me. Uzumaki Mito said his real name with a smile. What? Say it again, what's your name? Xiuyu once suspected that he had heard it wrong. I said my name is Uzumaki Mito, what's the problem? Uzumaki Mito was surprised that the man named Xiuyu was still fine just now. Why did he become abnormal when he heard his name? It's nothing, I'm just curious and want to ask one thing, that is. Just ask, what does a big boy look like? It's Uzumaki Mito. Do you have a marriage contract now? What?